Mic check. Microphone on. Is it on? Is it on? Is it working? Hola. Yeah, I'm not dressing up for this one. This is dressed up, actually. This is the shirt I woke up in. Comfortable today. That's what's important. But again, let me start where I said I was going to start. In the beginning of everything, let's just be real clear here, people. Until there was an ability for man or woman to comprehend anything, until you had the ability to even use brains, like hot, cold, up, down, until you were able to think, you had to then understand what hearing was. And the hearing of your surroundings, and then you think speaking, and you think words. So those things had to come in an order of comprehension of things, period, hearing things, period, and then speaking things, period. So if you're able to understand that, then you, people, individuals, at some point decided what they would call God, the Creator, Lord, Buddha, Jehovah, Allah, any other name you choose to pick. You decided that, and someone wrote it down. So you walking around talking about this is the name, the one true name. Is it really? Or is the one true name you found in a book and you feel extremely inspired by it? Let's just start there with how much you actually know. See, there's this thing that I like to do when I read or learn or hear about something, and that's take it and reverse it and see if I can find a meaning, if possible. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes it does. So let's just take what I just said, for instance, and say we comprehend, and then we need some ears, and then we need a mouth. That's C-E-M, Kim. And if we name something, then that would make it a it. We comprehend, hear it, and we say it, Kim it. It's also something I've heard. You use a K, E-M-I-T. They say that is Egypt. I've heard that Egypt means understanding. I've heard it means darkness. I've heard a lot of things. I honestly don't know exactly which one is true, because I'm also learning that both good and bad can apply to anything. So whether it means understanding or darkness, those two things can apply. If you understand something, it can be bad. If you look at it from a Garden of Eden standpoint, so to speak. As they said in the Garden of Eden, don't eat of this tree, then you'll be okay, stay as kids. But once you get this knowledge, of good and evil, and now you'll be judged. That reminds me of a thing I heard about a faith, I believe it's Jewish faith. When you get to a certain age, the sins of the child are now the child's responsibility, no longer the parents. It's kind of one of those things. They celebrate a bar mitzvah, bar mitzvah. Can't remember exactly the names, but again, it seems very similar to that story, where you celebrate the passing on of the responsibility to another individual through knowledge, perceived knowledge. I knew it was something I was forgetting. Oh yeah, but you can look it up yourself. I'm not actually doing it so that I can share a screen today, but I'm going to give you some information that you need to look up. Let me write it down so I don't forget. But this is not the time of the video to tell it. All right. So, again, the name is whatever name you give it. Just trust me when I say it is real. Believe that. Real quick, human design. There was a man who actually cared enough, probably had a good wife supporting him or a friend, but he cared enough to actually do this thing called a human design. And somehow he was able to look at everything about a person, from their date of birth, time chart, time and date, and find out a lot about who you are. And strangely enough, it is extremely, inspiring to myself to have read what he had to say about me. And I definitely suggest that you take the time to go and look at that. You've heard so much about what can be right, what can be wrong. Well, you'll never know if you only trust the person sitting next to you to be a valuable source of information. I'm not here to attack anybody, but if you've only read from one book, and that is, you really say that a lot, this the only book I need, then you don't have any reason to talk to me, unless I'm asking you about that book. Because comprehension outside of that requires you picking up another book. That's just real. So, taking the time to find out human design, this is not going to tell you about a book, a religious book. This is going to tell you about yourself personally. You may find out, why do I feel like a crazy person? And your human designer say it's because you crazy. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's saying that this is some things that are going to be challenging to you, and you're going to have to work on it. Just like it told me, it's some things that are challenging for you right here. You're going to have to work on these things throughout your life. It even said that at this point in your life, you're going to be this kind of person, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to get to this age and you're going to start doing that. Strangely enough, as I was reading it, I was like, who wrote this? Who wrote this? And have they been following me around? That's how I felt. So definitely suggest you take the time to go and look at that. Mayan calendar, also something I'm actually using that book right now. But again, something else you can take a look at. You have to look at this as a seeking of information. Who did you get your information from? Have you ever thought about that? You probably have. So let's think about that. Who did you get it from? Have you ever read a handwritten book? Handwritten, like Somebody wrote that book with hand, and you own it. And it's like, I have 50 copies of this handwritten. No, you don't. You don't have any of those. You have typed out books that are old. They're not old as 1904, but they are old. They look older, some of them. But unfortunately, 1904. You can look it up and find the first typed book. This is not me talking. This is what you know, go Google it. Find out when the first typed book was done, published. And that's another word I love to say, published. Published. A lot of people don't remember, but at a long time back in the days, you had to take a book, write it, type it out, or handwriting it out, and then you had to send it to a place where someone would read it and then approve it. That's another word, approve it to be published for the masses to read. So where you say, I got this book from so-and-so and it's ancient, then you have to think, would they have allowed that person to publish that book? Like, really think about that. And if they did allow it, think about that. If it was allowed. Because you really don't know who wrote that book. You don't know who typed it out. You don't know anything, really. You don't know. And have you taken the time to ask an older person anything? Like, ask them, do you have any pictures of your family, like great-grandmother, grandmother or something? And, you know, they'll show you those pictures. And, you know, we seem to have a tremendous amount of Native American ancestors, but nobody's popping out any African pictures. Not seeing any of those jumping out at me. And just so you know, they only brought 388,000 Africans to North America. Now, the reason I emphasize North America is because a lot of people don't understand that North America is also Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Central America, all the way down to the Panama Canal. Panama Canal. It's where they drew a line and dug a ditch. Panama Canal. Look it up. Now, everything north of that is North America. So, 388,000 to North America. Now, if most millions went to South America, how far north did we take anybody? Have you ever thought about that? And why would we? We already got so many up there already. That's not me saying it. That's called old people talking. Ask an older person. They said that those books that were typed out after 1904, they wasn't allowed to read them, you know, so they were scared to read the ones before they were typed out. So, Lord forbid they read one that was typed. So by the time my generation actually went to school, they said, we didn't hear about that Africa stuff until you came home and told us. See, my grandmama was from the Navajo tribe over there in Vicksburg down in Natchez, Mississippi. I don't know what you're talking about, Africa, young boy. And then somebody decided to make a movie called Roots. Yes, and that programmed in your brain with those actors what African slaves look like. Damn right it did, because you believe everything you see on TV. Everything. But again, back to how many did they bring North America? 388,000. If millions went to South America, I would probably say 388,000 went to Central America. Probably. In my opinion, Central America. Because again, we already had big Mandingo warrior types up here in America. Big Olmec warrior types. And the reason I emphasize that is because there is a Mesoamerican group called the Olmecs that appear to be very similar to how we look. Pyramid builders and all is thus and such and so. So you have to wonder, who are you really? While you were running over to Africa and claiming pyramids, you probably should have waited a few years. They were going to find some more in Mexico, and they are actually, that's more like something you would have did. Just my opinion. Because, hey, me personally, I know some people from Africa. I've met a lot of them. They don't look like me at all. Not me. Not on that particular side. Not me. But again, you can be whatever you want to be. Any which way you want to be it. I'm just telling you, I asked some older people, and I trust them and the stories from their grandmothers and grandfathers more than I trust a book that was typed after 1904 and told to me to be so real. Speaking of real, isn't it amazing that the translations of the pyramids seem to come from someone from Europe, not from someone who lives by the pyramids? Like, you live here and you cannot translate. You hadn't wrote any of these books. None of them. Like, you live here, but you can't translate any of this stuff, is what you're saying. No books by him. That would be more believable than every book that we have is translated. He had a mystical powers and he was amazing, and he just decided to translate the pyramids. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I believe that. Okay, but we're gonna talk about some things today. I don't have any particular order, but a couple of things that I have seen in my lifetime that just were amazing. I had an opportunity a few years ago to be in the, I was inebriated pretty good, enjoying a February, and I saw a star in the sky in the daytime. It was probably about 11:30, 12, 1-ish. Like I said, I was having a couple of beers, and it was a bright star in the sky, like not too far from where the sun was, and I'm amazed. And I told the person that was with me, and they saw it too. So I don't know how your day is going all the time, but if you have an opportunity to look up, do it. You'll never know what you can find when you're looking up. It's daytime or nighttime. That star was like, wow. And some amazing things happened, after that. It was as if 11:11 just started popping up on every clock in the house. It was amazing. Just what is that 11:11 stuff? And it happened shortly after seeing that star. And then, It was like I had opportunity to actually plan and get to the location where the eclipse was gonna be coming through. I think that was what, 2017 that year, and I mean, too amazing. It's like too amazing. Yeah, and it was like perfect, no traffic on the way over there. We left Atlanta, headed to South Carolina, but we went I-20 because I said everybody gonna go try to go north, but we're gonna go I-20, and it was supposed to be cloudy and possible rain, and so everybody in Atlanta went north, except for us probably. We went east, got to the spot where I was supposed to go, and guess what? Wasn't a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful. Saw the eclipse. It was amazing. And it was no traffic all the way over there. There was a little traffic on the way out, and as people were leaving, and then we hit like no traffic. It was like the perfect day. Yeah, saw all of that. Had a chance recently, and this is just one more real quick. I'm gonna jump out. I was going fishing, and I've been listening to this audio book, and this lady always talking about I'll make rivers in the desert, and I'm like, that sounds amazing. Dig your ditches, rivers in the desert. Been hearing it for the longest, and just so happens I get over here to go fishing, and why is there like water coming down the hill while I'm fishing? And I look and I see that it's coming from under this rock. Regardless of the explanation for it, I have never seen such a thing. I'm like, there's water coming from underneath this rock. There's no water anywhere else but where I'm fishing, but there's water coming from under this rock flowing down to the water. And I'm like she truly amazed. Again, some of the things I've seen in my life are just like, whoa. So imagine the day when I was searching. You feel different. You feel like, what am I doing? What am I here for? So you look up the Mayan calendar, put your birth date in, and the calendar changes the day after, and you like, yo, that's smooth. Who was born on the 19th? Like, who was born on the 19th? I went, because you here to start something. Because mine appears to be ending something. So I would like to meet, who are you, so we can figure out what this is. Because it feels like I'm supposed to be trying to save the world. Yeah, that one. And hopefully you helping. So, if you're born on the 19th of July, 1973, holler at me, tag me, email me. We should be best friends, probably, I'm thinking, because I think that's how this stuff works. But again, I could be dead wrong. I have no idea. I'm just telling you what I've been studying. And what I've been studying is, we are supposed to be all good. Good only. Somehow, we decided that bad existed. Somehow, we decided bad existed. Now, let me explain. We decided that things that were happening around us were bad. So we didn't like it, and that probably had more to do with us growing comfortable with a situation, and then change appeared, and so we called change that bad thing. An example would be, we live in this location and life is good, we have plenty of food, and now we're out of food, and we need to move because the food moved. The food has moved. We were eating and we were eating them, and they left. So we can stay here, or now we can go follow them. That makes sense? See, we were comfortable. See, we built houses here, and we've been here for years, and now the weather has changed, and those things that we were eating have left, and we can't find any food. We're hungry, so we're going to have to move. That's uncomfortable for us. We were in this seemingly Garden of Eden, and now we need to move. Damn it, we're being put out of Eden. We got to go. This sucks. This is bad. And then we get to the new location, and we find the food again, and hey, wow, this is even more food than we had before. This is like the promised land. Look at this. We had to cross a river. We had to wait until the tide came in, but we got there. There's some damn jackals behind us. We lost a couple of people, but we made it, and now we're building new houses, and it is beautiful. Yeah, we could keep going. I see that down there. We're not going that far. We're gonna hang out here. We're not going all the way there. This is far enough. Now, you can be mad at me for not wanting to go further, or you can just hang out here, and a couple of y'all can go if you want to, but I'm done. So, when do we know when to move? The timing of everything is important, because if we have to move again, we need to know when that is. And sure enough, the stars have aligned, the planets, because we don't have TVs and internet and the news to tell us. So we're going to use these lights in the sky to tell us when it's time to move. So, we see some bright stars. We're going to clock those. Hey, put some rocks over there to mark those rocks. Mark them, because we had to move last time and it was terrible. So mark it this time. So we know when and things is going to happen. And the better we got at marking, the more things we were able to track. That makes sense? The more things we were able to track. We were tracking occurrences, instances. In Tibet, they track people. Yes, they call it reincarnation in Tibet. You think it's Tibet? You had to look it up. I believe that's where it is, where they have this community where they track people. Someone dies, baby born, they track that. See, if there's magic happening in one location, then it's possible magic is happening all around you and you have no idea because you're not paying attention. You may be distracted. See, the ancient people didn't have televisions or cell phones. They had the stars and the birds and the fish and the bugs. They didn't get a chance to check the weather. They had to look in the sky, feel the wind, touch the ground. Ask the universe. We don't care about any of that. We don't believe in any of that. We don't trust any of that. If I can't read it, it's not real. That's our thoughts, because that's what we've been told that. So we believe it. And we don't even know that the book that we're trusting so much, there are people older alive on this planet than that book. That old book you say you have, there's people older than that book. Because that book you have was not typed out in 15 nothing, 16 nothing. The one you have was not typed out in 15 anything. It wasn't a typewriter back then. And yeah, somebody took the time to put down a letter and a letter and a letter and a letter. And who the hell believed that? You really believe that? Because you saw it in a movie? Y'all special. But you know something? Until I stopped drinking, I believed it too. I really did. I actually thought that all those things were possible because they said it. And I saw it on a movie. And then I started to sober up. And I started thinking again. My brain started working. And it was like, wait a minute, none of this stuff is making sense. And then I looked around and I was like, I'm not cool if I'm not drinking. I need to drink like everybody else. And then I started drinking and I realized, well, I'm not thinking anymore. I just cut my brain off. And that's when I realized I gotta quit drinking. And so I quit again, but this time it was like, yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't think. I had zero thinking going on when I was drinking. And that's why I was able to be blinded by everything that's going on. This is the part where I'm gonna tell you. Because sometimes I get discouraged with what I'm doing, and I have to inspire myself. I have to find a way to do it. The person or gurus or preachers or something that's telling you they always positive and they wake up on the right side of the bed every day, whoever that person is, they're probably a psychopath. I'm not sure how the fuck you do that. You wake up every day happy? Really? You're a liar too. There's no way to wake up every day happy. Things happen. We have to motivate ourselves to get into a positive vibration, a positive mood. But if you're waking up every day happy, you on drugs. You need to quit lying. You high or drunk or something. And I used to wake up every day happy, miserably, getting fucked up. That's what I used to do. Get up, get fucked up. And yes, I was happy. Because guess what? I didn't have a clue. Nothing bothered me. Because I didn't give a fuck. That's not happy. That's not waking up happy. That's waking up dodging responsibilities. See, it's real easy to disregard a homeless person when you drunk. It's real easy to care about them abortions and stuff when you drunk. I don't care about these poor people when you drunk. I'm fine and I'm happy every day. Woo! When you drunk, shit, yeah, that's how you feel. I know that because I've done that shit. But when you sober, you care about these people. You care how they're doing. And right now, they're not in any mood for you to be out here happy every damn day. How you out here happy every day? I wake up happy and joyous and every day. Something wrong with you. You're ignoring the problem. Yes, you are. I said it. Everything ain't my responsibility. Okay, tell me what is your responsibility? Because I hadn't seen you handling any of them. I had a person recently trying to do the most to impress me. And so I asked him, I said, well, you doing this much here, your house must be in order. Oh, no, my house ain't in order. It's all a mess. And I'm like, well, what you doing the most in front of me for then? That's not impressive to me. I'm not sure who you trying to fool, but not that fool. See, we can pretend and act all day, but let's be real. Dodging responsibility does not show mental health. It shows mental instability. And the reason we are in the turmoil we're in this world is because everybody's mentally unstable, but they have a lot of money. They have such great things going on for them. Things surround them. And so we are following their lead. Amazing. But I thought it was so hard for a person to get into heaven if they had so much money. So to follow that person means you're not actually living by the book you say you believe in anyway. So you're kind of insane to do the opposite of what you claim your teachings tell you, but you're not reading all your teachings either, because there's the one that says you shouldn't be following drunk leaders. You know, it's a Proverb 31. You shouldn't be following drunk leaders. So if you actually read that, then you may actually have some standards when it came to your leaders. You might say, it's not cool for y'all to be hanging out with me, throwing baseballs, trying to be one of the regular people, and out here having beers. You should be sober, acting like you got way more sense than I do. You're supposed to be out here and a role model to all children. I shouldn't be out here forgiving you for flying your mistress down to Brazil. You should be out here punishing me for flying my mistress to Brazil. You're a leader. You're supposed to be holding us accountable. Oh, I'm sorry, shit. They are holding us accountable while we allow them to do whatever they want. See, they're not the problem, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he, she's, it's, these and theys, whatever the fuck pronoun you want to choose, whoever you feel like you are. That shit was funny. I don't care what nobody say. That was funny. Damn it. We are the problem. We've allowed them to do whatever they want to. Zero accountability. Zero. The kids become our new leaders. And that is where we get to my favorite part of the day. It's called, where in the entire fuck are we going? And how I came to this understanding is because, again, I was waking up and I was trying to get motivated to, like, what am I actually trying to save here? Like, what is worth saving? And then you got these people that's always going to jump out. There's so much kindness and love in the world. Really? It is. It's a lot of that for TV. Not in public, though. There's not a lot of that in public. Real talk. Not surrounded by the love and the kindness. I see it in clips to persuade and manipulate with hope. There's hope, but where is it? It's clipped on TV. I tried to watch the news. I tried. 15 minutes I had to turn. I was like, I've never seen such horrible shit in my life. Like, you make me think the world is going to hell faster than it is. But so I was looking online, trying to find motivation, and something hit me, and I was like, what are we trying to save? You know, I'm gonna Google that shit. What are we trying to save? And something actually came up. You should Google it. You'll be amazed at the read. It was like 39.27. But you should check that out. What are we trying to save? And the reason I say it's real smooth is because the people always talk about these secret organizations, right? And they supposed to be the keepers of this information, the secret keepers, and they supposed to have this agenda. And I'm not one to talk about it in a negative way. I'm always positive. I think it is. And if it was, what secret would they be trying to keep? And could they have ran into some problems? Yeah, maybe. Because money runs everybody into issues. And we've had some serious money problems past couple of years. And so here's this thing, I was like, what if the secret keepers had a secret and they never passed it down because somebody died or somebody got killed before they could pass it, and now nobody really knows what the fuck they doing? What if that's possible? Well, sure as shit, I Googled it and I found where, what are we trying to save? And something came up from one of those secret organizations, the Masonic Temple. One of the brothers seems to be extremely pissed. He had the same feelings I had back in the 90s when I was thinking about joining myself. And I said, if they'll let you in, I don't want to fucking be in there because they letting anybody in. That can't be a prestigious secret organization if they just letting anybody in. And I said that, and I don't care what they say, because in his letter he says that 95% pay their dues but never participate in nothing. Just like a fraternity. They pay dues so they can keep their stickers and say that they are bros. But they don't participate in anything related to the organization other than the picnic, the party, the picnic party, the party picnic, the other picnic party, the party picnic. So he said it, I agree, and I said, if that's the case, then I'm probably right about the secrets never got passed down, and nobody knows what the fuck they looking for, or what the fuck they waiting on, or what they supposed to be doing. They just know something's supposed to do something with something somewhere, somehow. Congratulations. Somebody was reading, luckily, and asking the right questions. And I could be wrong. Again, could be wrong. Possibly. But this is what I did learn. I learned that something had to do with the sun in the sky. Something to do with that. It has something to do with 2, which is usually related to unity, which is usually related to being able to compromise on things. Now, this is just what I was able to understand from mixing up all your many books and many stories you spread around to hide secrets. And just while I'm looking at it, before we start to talk about who was first and we was first, and we the first people, first true people, well, have you ever heard of the 12 tribes of Israel? Yeah, think 12 and leave that shit alone. You wouldn't want to be first anyway, would you? That would mean all this is your problem. If you were first, these are all your bad kids. How about it was 12 bad kids and they all theirs? How about that? Since I figured out that nobody remembers the truth anyway, because if you think that somebody on Noah's Ark had the Bible with them, can you please hit me up in the comments? I love to talk to you. Which one of them had the Bible while they was running to save their lives to get on that boat? And I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right there. But hit me up in them comments. Where was I? Yeah, that's the reason why we're doing the video now, is because I really needed something to use against your leadership and get you to hold them accountable as they hold you accountable. If they can suggest that we start drug testing a poor person on welfare that probably has good reason to do drugs, because instead of them giving them free health care, they'll give them free food, free housing, but no free health care. So that person, they want to drug test them. That person needs mental health. How about we drug test your politician? Now, Proverbs 31st, again, that's what I needed to get. It says your leadership should not be drinking. They need to have higher standards than the guy who works at AutoZone or Walmart or Amazon. They need to have higher standards than the cable man, because he does a better job making sure we're happy than our own government does. So if they don't have any standards, no qualifications, they can drink it, smoke it up, and do whatever they want to. And Proverbs 31 says that if your leadership drinks and parties it up, then they're going to neglect you. Well, then let's quit asking ourselves why the streets are messed up. Why the school? We know it's because we keep voting for people who we don't have any standards for them to be our leaders. So now, shut up complaining about them not doing their job. They're not supposed to. You voted them in to have a party. You didn't vote them in to do a job. You voted them in to party, because it clearly says your leaders should not be doing it. See, they are supposed to be better people. They're supposed to give a fuck about themselves. See, they didn't convince you, and me too at one time, that it's okay, I want a regular person. They'll understand my needs. They'll represent me in Congress as the president. Regular person, that's what I need. No, the fuck, that ain't what I need. No, it ain't. I need the best of the best of the best of the best fucking men in black, women in black up in there. I need the best of the best of the best of the best, because we see what just like me got. Just like me, dumb as hell. Regular Joe, dumb as hell. Drinking, smoking, forgot about me after a couple of drinks and sold me to the highest bidder. That's what me. How do they even have a thing called lobbyist and we know about it? Like, how is that possible? It's because we drunk. We drunk, so we allow drunk shit to happen. We allow drunk, dumb shit to happen because we drunk. We stupid. So we ain't finna do nothing about nothing. We ain't gonna say nothing about nothing. How dare them fuck you over and you not say nothing? What is wrong with you? If you just gonna give up, then just shut up too. You shouldn't be complaining about nothing if you just gonna say they can do whatever they want to, act however they want to. Here's the rules, their own rules. We're not gonna make them follow those rules. Then you just shut up and let them destroy the world, finish digging up the hole, dig up everything, set the ocean on fire if they want to, and don't say shit about it. Don't say nothing. As much as y'all like complaining, I know that's gonna hurt. You are impossible at not complaining, but I'm just telling you, go look in the mirror if you're gonna complain, because you the asshole. They telling you we drunk fools. You voted us in because you like drunk fools. So until you stop being a drunk fool and change, why in the hell would they change? Why in the hell would they change when you ain't gonna change? That would piss you off if they started acting like goody two-shoes. Goody two-shoes, if they did that shit, you vote them out. As long as they corrupt assholes, it gives you a reason to feel good about your terrible, corrupt ass your damn self. Well, the government ain't shit. I ain't gotta be shit either. I've heard you say those words, so I know how you feel. Garbage votes for garbage. Garbage like garbage. Garbage don't want to be around nothing clean. Garbage want to be around garbage. You want to have garbage leaders so you don't feel like, garbage. See, you don't feel like garbage around garbage leaders. See, that's the shit. See, your leader garbage, you don't feel like garbage. If your leader is something holy and prestigious, you know you garbage now. And so you don't want to feel like that. See, you don't want your feelings hurt, so you protect them in order to protect yourself. So fuck that. I'm not protecting them no more. I'm pointing fingers and saying names, damn it. All of you. That's your name. All of you. Get your shit together. All of you. Yeah, I done seen some of the people who actually have considered following my damn self, winding it up, drunk, getting drunk. Can't support you no more. Need your ass to quit drinking if you want to lead. Stop that shit. Get some standards about yourself. Hey, it sucks, I know. You got to start seeing these problems. You got to start dealing with real issues. Damn it. I can go on say it. Go on say it. I don't care. It's just a word. It means nothing to me. Sticks and stones truly don't do nothing but break bones, and words, that shit do hurt some people. Not me though. So, where was I? I don't know, y'all ain't maybe ready for that on this video. Yeah, it's some strange. Why do they call a person with red hair a ginger? Redhead, ginger. I don't know, it just had me thinking the other day. Redhead, ginger, crown, redhead. Maybe it's a reminder of something. Ginger is good for your diet. Opens up your mind, your head. I don't know. It's kind of like a little sun up there. I don't know. You know, in the wind, it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of reminds you of the corona of the sun. I don't know, but I just know why. So why do they call them gingers? I don't know. Don't know at all. Like somebody just asked for it. And we shall give it to them. Yeah, because you commented on something I commented on like months ago. Today? I look forward to reading whatever that is. I just saw that pop up on my feed. That's why I'm like, I commented a month ago. You had to go read some shit to come back. I can't wait to see. I'm gonna have to end the video soon, so I'm excited. I got something to do. Let me make sure I ain't leaving it out. Oh, trick good people. Now here's the thing. I did want to address this right quick. Good people, for some reason have to prove they are good. But a bad person, totally acceptable as good. What is that shit about? Make me understand that. So, example, if somebody came to you and said, yo man, I gonna cash out me $100, and we got this thing going, and in a week or so, I'm gonna cash out you 1,000. You in for that? You all in? You ready to do it? But if somebody said, here's a interesting investment for $100, put it in. This is some hot, brand new stuff. You need proof and more examples before you even listen to that. It's almost as if you're a magnet for stupid and rejecting good information. So I need everybody to think about that. You reject good information and you're a magnet for stupid. So when you reject something, just check yourself. Feel like, hey, why am I rejecting this? Is this this might be good for me? So use the reverse in your psychology about information. So anything some comes to you and it feels bad, I want you to just say, hey, why does it feel bad? This must be good for me. Let me check it out. I ain't saying everything is gonna be the same. Crazy people, don't start commenting right now. You know what I mean? Somebody giving you information before you say no. Listen to it as if it possibly could be good for you. It could be helping you make a decision to not do something. Everything is coming to you. It's not something coming to you for you to do something. Some things are coming for you to not do something. So something I had to realize, and I'm share this with you, is I'm hearing all these people on the videos and they talking and I'm getting this information. I'm wondering, am I able to share any of this? Because I see such a variety of things, and it appears to be a puzzle that you need to put it together rather than this specific thing here. And just so happens somebody invited me to a Bible study, which was a church. I'm not going to address that right now because, I am going to address that. When you use certain words, you know what people mean. Bible study and church is two different things. Quit lying to people. You know damn well what a Bible study is, and you know what a church is. Bullshit somebody else. Don't bullshit me. So, back to that. But while I was there, I'm listening to this man say that God does not love you unconditionally. And it pissed me off because I couldn't say anything at the time. However, I'm going to say something right now. Let me tell you something. When I see people being led by these supposed to be God's people, and I see that you hadn't studied a damn thing, you need to sit down somewhere. And the people who know better, you need to say something to them. Because for somebody to say God doesn't love you unconditionally, they need to sit their ass down. And anybody in there who allowing them to continue preaching without an apology need to leave too. You ain't shit. Yes, I said it. Like I said, let me go back to the beginning. You named all that is. When you comprehended enough, you got some ears and you heard somebody say something, that's when the name of God was discovered. By you naming God. And you need to rewind to the beginning when I talked about that. So for somebody to say that God's love is not unconditional, and you actually continue to follow that person, you deserve to fall off that cliff with them. Yes, I did say it. You deserve it. Because you should know better when you hear fucking false witnesses. You should know when you hear false prophets. Fuck's wrong with y'all? It's kind of like a parent who sees a child messing up. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Eventually, I'm gonna hit you to stop you from hurting yourself. Sometimes God will hit you so hard to kill you to keep you from hurting somebody else. That's still love unconditional. Just because you don't like it. Well, I needed to build this house. Guess what? The tree huggers don't like it. Well, I wanted to build a house here. I had to cut these trees down. Tree huggers ain't like it. Guess what? It's good for me. It's bad for them. It's about perspective. Now, if your perspective is actually worth something, it should be used. If your perspective is just to create a diversion, you need to be hit with a whip. Because yes, I can always come up with something stupid to say, tree hugger, but we needed to build a house right there. So this is not a time for tree hugging. You feel me? Your perspective right now is not needed if the house needs to be built right here. See, everybody doesn't understand that there is a time to clear the field. There is a time to plant the field. There's a time and a place for everything. It's when we abuse and overuse, that's when it's a problem. Unnecessary cutting down when we can recycle. Unnecessary drilling and digging when we have so much other energy available to us. See, when it becomes unnecessary, it becomes sinful. And see, somehow, somewhere, I told you, go find that What Are We Trying to Save documents by that Mason guy. I got it downloaded. I'm gonna probably put a link in. But find that, and you'll see what I mean when I say the leaders attack themselves, in my opinion, and the leadership is very idiot activity going on. Varied idiot activity going on because nobody really knows what's supposed to be the mission anymore. And so now the mission is get money. And it never was that. So that's my opinion. So I think the problem that we had to solve, or no one remembered that we needed to solve, had something to do with the sun, something to do with unity, magnetism, and us being able to agree. Now, this is just me seeing things going on in the world that is non-physical, spiritual, which is certain things are happening and it's happening fast. We got a lot of people who appear to be being saved, in my opinion. I believe we're seeing people being removed from the suffering. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing good people leaving, escaping the suffering. Because that's what I'm seeing. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm wondering what's happening next on this wide scale of things. If the spiritual side of me is saying it's some good people escaping from this seemingly difficult situation that seems to continue to be going on, with so much strange false information coming in from everywhere. So it makes me wonder, if it's magic over here in Tibet, is there magic here in America? Well, if there's magic in Tibet, then maybe we're not paying attention to the magic in America. See, we're not concerned with the spiritual side of things that we can't touch as they are. Because they have the faith and the belief and the know from generations of older people telling them. And we have today's technology. So you keep asking yourself, why are things starting to come around again? Why are people again talking about these crystals and stones and meditating? Why are these people starting to get back to nature and natural things again? Why is this happening? Something's coming to an end. Why was the 70s such a strange time? Did they know something was coming? Then announcement of some change appearing for the better? Because things always get better. You have to think, what kind of creator would send somebody to kill everybody? I'm not the creator. I don't even believe that story. I would hope that story ain't true. Because I've heard many varied stories. But I would hope that story is not true, because that would be the first time in the storybook that the people actually decided that they were going to end the life of a prophet. Like, what? You decided you were going to kill a prophet? So I would hope that story ain't true. Just me personally, because everybody else got to, carry out their mission. Whereas this one guy, they decided to kill him. And I started thinking, since this whole reality we live in today is based on what they call fear, they want everybody scared of stuff. I said, well, maybe they wrote that in to scare you so that nobody would ever try and help. Because typing didn't really happen until recently. So I don't know when they typed that out. I know what you want to believe, yeah. But if you find the handwritten version of that book, let me know. Handwritten only. I don't want to hear about your faith right now. I'm telling you about a typewriter and things you can't argue with. That's called facts. If you can't argue with this, like, shut the fuck up. Typewriter, you find a handwritten version, and we can talk, and I'm gonna sit there in a maze with your ass, like, holy, ooh, I'm gonna do that. Ooh, look at this. But if it's typed out, then 1904. Probably 1950 something. But that's my take on that. Fear-based reality, fear structure, everything is scary. They don't want you to do anything. And I think that has something to do with the secret societies had a mission and they failed. Or they are failing because they forgot somebody died or got killed for some money, and they don't know what the fuck they doing. That's my take on it from what I found. I won't go any deeper into this rabbit hole, because right now that's as deep as it's gonna get today. I'm gonna shoot you that shit and see how you like that one. Because again, you saw the birthday. It's something is coming to an end. If you're born on the 19th of July 1973, I'd like to talk to you to see what you are ushering in. And that's based on the alignments and shit. Your spirit should be excited about something new. I'm excited about this ending of this bullshit. I'm excited about this. This bullshit is over. I'm not sure exactly what bullshit it is yet. I don't know yet. I just feel like it's something new coming. It's better. That's what I feel. And this is the end of some shit. So I'm doing my job, bringing in the end of that shit. And I hope y'all enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share. Like and share, share and like. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys later. Hope you like my new t-shirt. It's just 100% woke up and did this. I woke up like this. Before I go, damn it, thank you. Let's talk about setbacks. Neo, Beyonce, setback. And this one here, I'm closing with this one. We had a setback. I believe in divine inspiration, but I also believe in things that can happen that we do and we fuck up and, set ourselves back. Like, I could have been so much further had I followed intuition, but I followed my own listening and I'm taking longer to get there. I accept that as my truth. Neo wrote a song and he gave it to Beyonce, or sold it to her. And I think that song set us back from where we're headed on our mission. This is me real shit though. This is gonna sound funny as hell, but if you know the song, I Can Have Another You in a Minute. Yep, he wrote that for a man. A man wrote that. I can have another you in a minute. But she gave that power to women. She gave that power to women. And women sung the shit out of that song. They sung that song as if Beyonce wrote it. Now, I just want you to think. That gave you a lot of power, ladies. And you used it against us. To put us down. To keep your foot on our neck. You told us we ain't shit. You can have another us in a minute.